and welcome to NDTV. I'm Rohit Khilnani. 2020 has been an unusual year, and I feel we all need some entertainment that will make us forget all the problems that we faced in 2020. And I feel Wonder Woman 1984 is that film that makes you forget 2020 once you're inside the cinema hall and the lights are off. On NDTV, I have exclusively interviewed the entire lead cast of Wonder Woman 1984, including Gal Gadot, Kristen Wiig, and even the director, Patty Jenkins. So sit back, I'm going to get you all the lead cast interviews on this show. Let's start with Kristen Wiig, who plays Cheetah, who you will see fighting Wonder Woman. Hi, Kristen. Loved both the characters that you play in these. If I was to ask you what quality of each of these you like, which would you pick?
Oh, wow. I think in the very beginning, Barbara really is so kind-hearted, and she has really good intentions, and I love that about her.
Right.
Gosh, at the end, I don't know if there's anything positive about that part of Cheetah. She has good balance.
She has great strength. Right. When you decided to become a part of this project, there's so much, for an actor to take this up. And also you would be fighting with Wonder Woman. What was in for you that you said, okay, yes, I'm going to do this?
I mean, there was no part of me that wanted to say no. I mean, it was
right.
The second Wonder Woman. It was Patty, Gal, Chris, Pedro.
Right.
I was such a fan of the first one, and it was a very easy yes for me.
Right. And also, what is it like when you're shooting those action scenes? Because, she's a director who likes a lot of physical action and less of CGI. What part do you enjoy?
I love that. I wanted the challenge. I mean, we trained, Gal and I trained for probably 10 months total. We shot the movie for almost 8, and it was really intense and hard. And I loved that Patty wanted us to do as much as we could.
Right. The fight scenes between you guys were absolutely spectacular. I just want to tell you guys, just please keep fighting and we'll keep watching. What is Gal like to work with?
Well, I'm sure if you've interviewed her, she's like the sweetest. That's her. I mean, there's no other side to her. She's so funny. She has a huge heart. She's become one of my close friends, and I love her so much.
Right. And lastly, there's something that you'll take away from this that you'll keep for the rest of your life. What is it about Wonder Woman 84 that you will keep?
Probably the friendships. We all became really, really close, and we still talk all the time, and that's not always the case. And we just all became family. So I think that is the most important thing.
Great. You were awesome in the film. Big fan. Thank you so much for talking to me.
Thank you. Thank you.
And now let me get you the star of the show, Gal Gadot. That's Wonder Woman. She makes this so believable with her terrific performance, even though it's a superhero film. She's done some crazy action scenes in this one because Patty is a director who likes physical action and less of computer graphics. I even asked Gal what would she do if she had those superpowers of Wonder Woman in 2020. Listen to what she had to say. Hi Gal, this is for your fans in India.
Hi.
I have seen the film, and what can I say? I'm such a fan of the film and you. Congratulations, very well done with this one as well. You raised the bar. There are kids who are watching and their families who are watching. What do you want to tell? Because there's a lovely scene in the film where you're holding someone and you wink at some kid who's watching. What do you want to tell all the kids who are watching who want to become Wonder Woman? I'm told one guy also wanted to be, and even the parents are going to take the kids.
I hope they're going to enjoy the movie first and most. And, I hope the movie's going to touch or try or get close to their heart. It was very important for us, for Patty and I, that the movie meant something and had something valuable to say. And I just hope it's going to transcend.
It has something valuable to say. In fact, from what we see in the film, there are a lot of people wishing all kinds of things, and you're the one correcting them that what will your wish cost you. Do you see a resemblance in the real world as well?
I do feel that everything comes with a price. Everything comes with a cost.
Right.
And that's something that we're so, we're always thinking about the more and what's next and what's bigger and what's mightier that we can get or that we want or the title we want to have. And I do think that we don't spend enough time thinking about the consequences.
Right.
And the movie is a sweet reminder of that.
Right. So between the mall scene and the aeroplane scene and the White House scene, which would be your favorite? And if you could tell us, what was it like to shoot that one?
It was so crazy. It's hard to pick a favorite one.
Right.
They were all so complex and different, and it feels like, we fought in the air and in the water and on the ground, and we covered the entire range.
Right.
But there was a lot of work that we just put into it because Patty really wanted to make sure that we have minimum amount of CGI in the movie.
Yes.
Which meant that real people were doing the real stuff.
Right.
Which meant that we had to rehearse and prep and do so much more by ourselves. And whatever we couldn't do, then we have our wonderful stunt teams jumping in and doing the really crazy stuff. So there was a lot of work, and I feel like because so much labor was put into each of them, it's really hard to choose.
Right. If you had the superpowers of Wonder Woman in 2020, how would you use it?
I would take the lasso and I would go like this and try to get and catch all the tiny, tiny, tiny green coronaviruses.
Oh, nice.
Right. Out of the world.
Right, lovely. Before I wrap this, so there were also two new cast members who joined. Do you guys bond right at the start, or are there sessions just for you guys to catch up? How does it work?
We really bond. We had an immediate connection, all of us. It was crazy, and we got lucky that way. Mm-hmm. But we all love to make fun of ourselves, and we all enjoy each other's company, and it was super fun working together.
Great. Gal, this is one interview I would have liked to do in person, but nevertheless, next time maybe. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
We move on to the captain of the ship, Patty Jenkins, who's the director of Wonder Woman 1984. I asked her about working with Gal, her dedication to this role, and even some amazing action scenes that you see in the trailer. I asked her to pick her favorite. She did pick one. Listen to what she had to say. Hi, Patty. This is for your fans in India. I've seen the film, so firstly, congratulations. You really raised the bar with this one.
Thank you.
Amazing action scenes. And also, Gal just told me that you wanted very less of CGI and more of physical action.
Yep.
So what was it like to shoot those scenes?
It was incredible. It's both unbelievable to see because you're standing on a set and real people are flying through the air, sometimes hundreds of feet high, and scary. You're so worried someone will get hurt, but it also shows up on the film. The fact that I, as a human being standing there, afraid, that's what you end up getting on film. So laborious, extremely difficult, but when the moment would happen, so incredibly worth it.
Right. And it's so important that your actor puts in as much, and Gal has been putting in as much. What is she like when she's doing those stunts?
She's a great sport. She works super hard. And we laugh all the time, but she's also doing incredibly hard things. I think she's one of the hardest working people in Hollywood because she was in every scene practically, and she's working longer hours because she's in every fight. And so it's unbelievable. She's unbelievable.
Right. This is going to be tough for you to pick, but between the mall scene and the White House scene and the aeroplane scene, which would be your personal favorite that will stay with you?
are you talking about the fireworks airplane scene?
Yes, that's right.
I think I love them all, but I think that's the most personal to me. There was something about that where we just take a little break out of the movie and experience love and beauty, and that's what makes you want more of that, you know? And so I love that scene so much. It was such a hard scene to execute, and I just love it, and the score, and I love that scene so much.
And I just want to tell you, it works exactly like I think you wanted it to. It's beautiful.
Good.
You know, so you have a love story in this, you have a message in this, you have action, and you have two women fighting. You pretty much made sure you put in everything for everyone.
Yeah, I did. It was, as I say, I was like not just aiming to make a great superhero movie. I was also aiming to make a great drama, a great action movie, a great comedy, and a classic. So I was trying to make this well-rounded thing that really had one story, but ticked all these different boxes.
Right. So, you know, there's a lot of curiosity about Kristen's character. What do you want to tell the audience at this stage? There are a lot of fans waiting because the trailer, you know, she was really surprising in that.
Yeah, I'm so excited about that. I knew how badass she was the whole time. So it's amazing when you know people don't know and you're like, you'll see, she's so great. I love her performance, and I think that it ends up being so exciting where she ends up. So I just want them to say, I can't wait for them to tune in and see what happens.
Right, fantastic. And you know, if you had a choice, I know you can't tell me, would 2020 be an optional year to make a superhero movie?
Oh my God, 2020 would be a fascinating year to make a superhero, but the superhero would be too busy. They'd have too much on their hands trying to keep up with all the terrible things going on.
Right. Thank you so much, Patty, and thank you for entertaining us with this wonderful film. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You heard what the women of Wonder Woman 1984 told me. We take a short break right here. On the other side, we have the men of this superhero film, Chris Pine and Pedro Pascal. So be right back. Welcome back to NDTV. Now I get you the men of Wonder Woman 1984. I start with Chris Pine, who plays the perfect partner to Wonder Woman. He's quite aware of Bollywood as well. Listen to what he had to say. Hi Chris, good to see you. You have a lot of female fans in India. What do you want to tell them about this character who's who's such a good partner to Wonder Woman, and has what can you tell them at this stage about the character?
Well, I'm thrilled to talk to my fans, and if I have them in India, thank you so much for supporting me, and thank you so much for supporting Wonder Woman and our new film, Wonder Woman 1984. Yeah. I play Steve Trevor, who's a character who's madly in love with a woman who happens to be a superhero from a different time and an island far, far away with completely different customs, run by women, not men. And this is a great love affair. You know, it's a great romance. I think at the heart of Wonder Woman, both the films, is the romance between Steve and Diana. And I think Steve understands very simply and purely that Diana can do wonderful things like changing the world, and he can't. And it's his duty as a human being, as a part of the species, to do whatever he can to make sure that Diana succeeds, because she's the one that will do great things.
Right. There's a scene where you're changing a lot of costumes. We saw that in the trailer as well. One, what is that for? Do you want to explain to the viewers, and which was your most comfortable outfit in that?
Well, in the first film, if you'll remember, if you saw it, there was a scene where Diana is in a department store trying on many different clothes, and it's a very in Hollywood, a moment in film that we've seen before, and Patty really wanted to flip the script on that and show a man doing that, and I thought that was pretty funny. Right. And so we had a scene where I was trying on a bunch of different clothes, and I ended up wearing a pair of parachute pants, which is just a pair of I don't even know what they're made out of, nothing real for sure. Right. Different zippers and pockets. So I'd say that one was the most fun.
Right. I like the one with the fanny pack. That was really cool. It suits you.
Yeah.
Right. You know, also there's a wonderful aeroplane scene where you're flying the plane and there are just fireworks all over. What was that like? I know to shoot it must be something else, but if you've seen that after it's made, what was that like? It's absolutely romantic.
Yeah, Patty was very, very excited about this scene. She couldn't stop talking about it. She thought about it for a long time. It was one of her one of the scenes that she was most excited to shoot.
Right.
Of course, shooting it is one thing. You're on a stage and you're being described to you all of the wonderful effects that will come in later.
Right.
So you just have to be a kid and play make-believe about, what would it be like to fly in a plane with, all these fireworks lighting up over your head. I guess I'm most excited that the reaction to it is exactly what Patty thought it would be, and that it's this kind of it's a wonderfully romantic moment. Again, it's one of many moments that I'm fond of in this film and our previous film that nowadays one of the staples of Hollywood filmmaking, I'm sure it's the same in India and Bollywood, but is the romance. We make romantic movies, we make dramatic movies, we make action movies. And for whatever reason, in the last 20 some odd years, we don't really seem to make many romantic movies anymore. So the Casablancas, the English Patience of the world. So to have a film that's not only a big blockbuster action adventure, but also at the heart of it is a great romance, people be surprised and I think not really used to seeing it, and hopefully make them want to see it even more.
Great. So this has all of it. So good luck for that. I thoroughly enjoyed the film and your performance. Thank you for talking to me.
Thank you very much.
What is a superhero film without a bad guy? In this film, it's Pedro Pascal who plays Max Lord. I even asked him, what is it like to sign a film when you know everyone is rooting for Wonder Woman? Hi Pedro, good to see you, especially after watching the film. What an incredible performance. I want to first ask you, who is Max Lord inspired from?
So many different things, to be honest with you, but more than anything, at least for me, in the process of playing the character and creating the character with Patty Jenkins, there was so much for me to work with on the page. I think that visually he can have very, very specific references, but I learned that it was a mistake to focus on any of those particular references, and that the most important thing was to create something that honors very much an early version of Maxwell Lord in the DC comics, and while creating something kind of completely new and ultimately unpredictable about this character that is independent of everything that we find familiar.
Right. What is it like to take up a character where the crowd is actually rooting for Wonder Woman to win?
Well, I'm with them, I want Wonder Woman to win also, more than any superhero, actually, because there's so much humanity and hope behind all of her power and her efforts. And so that being said, I had a delicious time playing Max Lord and understood him completely.
And that showed you were actually selling dreams, and everybody has a wish. If you had a wish right here, what would you wish for?
I would wish that we could all be together again safely, that the world, was safe for us to be together again, to hug our friends without thinking about it, to be with our families, to be in groups and to see live performances, and for all of us to be together again without fear.
I really hope your wish comes true, and next time I do the interview face to face in the same room.
Exactly.
Thank you so much for talking to me, and good luck. It was an incredible performance in the film.
Thank you, Rohit. Thank you very much.
Well, that's all we have on this special show. Hope you enjoyed watching it as much as we enjoyed putting it together. Wonder Woman 1984 will make you forget 2020 when you're inside the cinema hall. So make sure you watch it on the big screen. Thanks for watching and have a fabulous 2021.